In this video, we're going to go through how to braid. So in the end, you want your sample to look something like this, where it starts kind of small and gets thicker, and this is called a French braid. But we'll start with basic braiding if you don't know that, and then we'll go into French braiding. So to start with basic braiding, I'm going to ignore my sides right now and just focus on these three. So I'll pull these three down. And for braiding, I'm just alternating which strand I'm pulling to the center. So I'm going to start with the left strand and I'm going to pull that to the center. And then I'll go to my right strand and pull that to the center. Then I'm just going to go back and take my left strand over to the center again. And then my right strand over to the center. So it's just that same pattern where I do left strand, right strand. Left strand to the center, right strand to the center. And if I pull this a little bit tighter, it'll look a little nicer. So I'm just going to try and keep things tighter as I go. So I'm doing my right strand again, left strand again, right strand. As we're braiding, everything is going to be color coded. So that's why we did all of these things, so that it's a little bit easier if this is new to you. Okay, so now we've done this basic braid, I'm going to undo it. And we're going to add in the French braiding. If you need, you can practice more before you move on to French braiding, but this is what French braiding looks like. So you start the same way, where you pull these three down, and I'm going to start with putting my left in the center, and then I'll put my right in the center, and then my left in the center again. And then after I've done each braid once, from here on out, I'm going to add in a piece from the side. So I'm going to add in this side piece from the center, and if this was like someone's hair, so this would be the top of their head, and this is kind of like the side of their head or the back of their head as you're going back. And so you're just gathering more hair as you go, so it kind of keeps the hair in better and a little bit tighter. So now I'm going to pull. You can see that these are closer together, so I know that my left side is ready to move over. So I'll grab left and a little bit of this extra strand here. Again, it's color coded, so you can just follow that if you're confused. And then these are closer together, so I know that see these right here, they're like got a little V, so that's when I know this guy's going to jump in there. I also know that I just did my left side, so I know I need to do my right side too. So that's two ways to know what side's coming next. So then I'll do my right side, and then I need to go over and do my left side and add in this extra strand as well. And I'm just kind of, as I'm going, because I've been braiding for a long time, this just naturally happens, but something I should note to you guys is I'm holding it with my hand. So one hand I'm holding this guy, and then the other hand I'm holding, so this is the blue side, right? And I'm just holding this with my fingers, and then with my index finger and my thumb, I'm keeping this separate, because you always want to keep your strands separate. So kind of find a way that works for your hands to keep them separate. So I like to do this with my left hand so that my right hand is free to grab this next strand that I need to add in. And then I'm just taking these back three fingers to grab this strand. So I'm pulling that out of the way. And then my pointer finger is going to trade and grab this red one. And then I'll grab these with my pointer fingers here and grab my blue strands. I'm adding in this next one. And so now I'm going to grab my red ones with these back three fingers, pinch these with my top fingers, and I'm just going to keep repeating this process where I grab this strand here that's going to go over into the middle, as well as the additional strands that I'm adding in, the extra yellows. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take my red over here. I'm going to pull the red in. Again, I'm just alternating hands, keeping each strand separate. The colors should help you be able to tell what things need to be kept separate. I'm just going to keep braiding as I go. Add in these yellows. Add in this red. And now I'm going to add in the blue. Once you get to the end and there's no more new strands to add in, you just braid like normal. So just like we did at the beginning, and you just keep braiding. You don't have to add anything in, but you just see these ones are closer together. They have the new little V, so I'm going to add my right side over the top. And once I do my right side, I know the left side comes next. And then I'll do my right side again, just back and forth. And just braid down until, see I'm losing one right here, so I'm going to just go back and fix that a little bit. Braid down until you are starting to lose a lot of them, because a lot of my little strands, like these would be hairs if this was hair, right, are ending. So I'm just going to end it there. And that's where this black piece comes in. I'm just going to wrap it around and do a little bow. You can tie it however you want, but that's how I'm going to do it. So that way my braid is ended